gosh, chapter 5. Hello everyone, welcome back to Hercule Poirot's First Case by Agatha Christie. This is the Gaming Gaff, which unfortunately is not by Agatha Christie. I am just me. Unless I do this voice, then I am Agatha Christie. Hello. I'm deprived of sleep right now. Don't mind me. In the last episode, we found out that potentially there could have been multiple killers. We'll see. I had guessed it last episode. Rewatch it. I did say it. I win if that turns out to be the case. Well, now we're on chapter 5. It's called The Secret. Let's go ahead and continue. Because how is everyone's alibis confirmed with each other, but then someone still killed him? Unless it was Cassandra or the daughter. This is literally Clue and Mr. Body and the butler, like literally. Okay, what do I need to do?
Good morning, Detective.
I'm afraid I did not.
Really?
I was hoping for at least a moment of pleasant slumber, but alas, it was not to be.
Someone just died last night, you dumbass.
Killer is the only thing that will put my...
Huh.
In that snow, if someone was out...
I realize how strange it sounds.
Okay, that was a human form. Let's roll back the camera, girl.
I'm afraid our Lizzie is not well. I think
As
she is currently eating breakfast alone in the dining room.
Oh, poor girl. Shut up.
But if you wish...
Don't allow her to finish. She gets hangry, though.
I would, but I'm afraid I found this morning that the telephone lines aren't working. The snow continued through the night and must have damaged them.
If it hasn't happened before, why would it happen now, you fool? Someone was outside and cut the power lines.
Even if we could use the telephone.
in that case,
I'll let you know if anything changes. But until some of the snow clears, enough for the carriages to arrive, we are snowed in.
Oh, great.
Taken care of. Master Demir and his brother, after sobering up, helped me move him into the cellar. Best place for the time being.
Cellar?
your assistants have...
Okay, wait a second. Talk to Cassandra. Inspect the garden. Brothers move the body. Where the heck is the garden? Is it through here? What?
Good morning, Detective.
Bonjour, mademoiselle. The room was...
I can't imagine any of us slept soundly.
Hopefully guilt will be weighing.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
His position?
oui. Even in a house this size.
I enjoyed having him here. When I was away with Gideon, it was comforting to know Maman was not alone. Although his work with Mr. Da Silva has kept him away from the house of late.
Well, now that he's
Can you tell
dead.
me about their...
He was always quite private about his work.
I found it...
Dang it.
Ah,
Military training, huh?
a development?
It may not be the...
Addressed to me?
Pardonnez-moi, mademoiselle. Although it has been written in the same manner, using similar phraseology, it was not sent for your eyes.
I'm sorry, Detective.
Huh.
Heavens, no.
You did not... Merci for your
You
exactum.
Exactament. Huh. Yes, let me go out in the snow even though we're snowed in. How am I supposed to get out to the garden? Do you not know what snowed in means? Butler? Uh-huh. Footprints. An expensive lighter. A military regiment. Oh yeah, well he was out here. Unless he's not really... Well, no, he's dead. I saw him last night. They put the body away last night. We'll see. Okay, well, what the heck is happening? There are 3 people sitting in here. Okay. Help me. Exit is impossible. Oh, is that automatically going to take us there? Begin in the kitchen. To salon. Oh, look at my bust. That bitch drinking mimosas. Look at that. I don't want to talk to you yet. Alright, to the kitchen we go. It's a nice kitchen you got here. It'd be a shame if something happened. She looks just like the chef on Clue. Same outfit. Okay, girl. Trying to talk to her.
Bonjour.
Not to be confused with Rihanna.
Wonderful and modest, sir. I am Rihanna.
Rihanna.
My taste buds thank you for the ravishing meal last night.
Before someone was brutally murdered.
Glad to hear it, sir.
S'il te plaît, madame.
In that case, mademoiselle is fine for me, and I will ignore your presumption of marriage.
Oh, wow.
Très bon, mademoiselle.
That's right. I've seen staff come and go, but a house always needs a trustworthy cook.
With
I
poison.
agree. But if I was to eat what you prepare every day, I fear I may be the size of La Maison.
Not a bad thing, detective.
Or mansion?
You could do with some meat on your bones.
You skinny bitch? That's what she said.
I did. Monsieur Archie told me what had happened. Bruises can swell fast, so I took him some ice to bring it down.
It was the cook this whole time.
When you saw,
Grumpy.
I suppose one would not take.
Punched.
I shall not keep.
Okay. Alright, Cassandra, you bitch. I'm coming for you.
Bonjour, madame.
Thank you, detective, but they are not necessary. What
I was hoping you would be.
if I'm sure you're aware he was not the...
A hot temper is reason enough to kill a man.
His...
Huh.
Seeing as I heard Mr. Becker's in what I would describe as an unnecessarily loud exchange of words yesterday,
You heard them yourself.
how could I not? The volume they were shouting at, I could hear them from the study in my room.
You did not think it fit.
I didn't think Felix was going to wind up dead and a murderer loose in my house. I assume you are talking...
Oui,
It arrived shortly after the first. Rob,
I'm not sure I understand.
he no doubt had secrets hidden away. But
Perhaps you should enlighten.
I wouldn't put it past him to have written it himself in the hopes of getting some sympathy from.
And the other letter.
He probably wrote those too. If Angeline paid first, that would have given him the money to pay the second letter. He is a white knight, saves the day, and expects to live here happily ever after. What is it you would...
You two have been friends.
If you are trying to insinuate that Mr. De Silva and I are running around like school children, you could not be further from the truth. He was friends with my husband, for goodness sake.
Uh-huh.
Oui, I understand they worked together. Investments, if I am correct.
2 out of the 3 guys that liked you are dead. Coincidence?
Merci, madame.
Interesting. Oh, no, she's right here. Just kidding.
Is there something I can... You have got the wrong end of the stick, Detective. Maman has snapped at him recently, but it was nothing more than that. It was something to do with the letter. I heard them in the library before Maman shouted, and he stormed out of the room past me.
Could it have been the blackmail letter that instigated their argument?
Why would Maman be upset with him over the...
Madame is of a very different opinion from yourself regarding his connection with the letters.
I don't recall telling him directly. I didn't...
Madame believes he may have been behind all the letters, and taking your payment of the first, then used it to pay the second and be the hero in you and your mother's eyes.
I never knew Maman had such an imagination.
That is a question.
You have met him?
It is a plan only, though. I shall not keep...
Okay, one more time, girl.
Is there something? I'm afraid it had been that way for some time. Maman is not forthcoming with her emotions, as I'm sure you are aware. But I could tell she had not been happy with their arrangement for the last few months.
What gave you that?
Huh.
I shall not keep you in...
She was talking shit behind his back. Oh, I talked to him. Here we go.
Bonjour, Monsieur Denis.
Detective Poirot.
The truth, Monsieur. With each step towards uncovering the blackmailer, I am thrown 2 steps back as to the identity of the Major's killer.
Is there some... Archibald came to me and asked for my help in the matter.
Merci for your help.
It's a job that had to be done. Although,
How's...
at this... Felix and Madame Vandenbosch are the only ones with keys, as far as I'm aware. Oh, and Archibald. I'm sure I heard Felix asking him to return something to it once. I have not seen him since last night. He does not need it.
Perhaps that it...
I'm not sure what you...
I worry that may not be the case, Monsieur. His time in the war came up in conversation more than once during our conversations.
Ruh-roh.
He's still...
Merci.
Merci beaucoup.
Comtesse, I want...
That is it, Detective? No small talk?
I am afraid not, Comtesse. With a...
Well then, Detective, perhaps I can be of some assistance.
Comment, Madame?
That certainly piqued...
A man has been murdered, and you've...
Oh, please, Detective. Do you really think so little of me? Archibald asked for my assistance. He knows of my medical training from my days as a nurse, and I thought I would be able to help. Even if it has been so...
It was not his place to...
I shall... A single stab wound, which you no doubt already knew. The knife was held in their right hand. I would say their predominant hand. Judging by the depth of the wound, I would say there was no great force put into the strike. More a sign of defense than attack. If I had to say what weapon was used, a small sharp knife or dagger.
I understand it may be difficult for one to keep such information to yourself, but I ask you to try. Your involvement has all... S'il vous plaît, Comtesse.
We're working it through these chapters really quick, though.
If it will help you. When he returned from the war, he was a different man. Everything became about what he had seen.
I cannot speak from experience, but I can only imagine the horrors he must have witnessed.
The first weeks he would wake in the night, screaming. I found him one night, cowering behind the desk in the study. When I tried to help him out from beneath it, well, it was the first time I had ever feared for my life.
That is not why you...
And not at all, Detective. We were always...
And yet, he ended up in the military. Quite the contrast.
Our father demanded that he at least try to do something with his life. It wasn't long before he moved out from the family home after his return from the army.
Interesting. Talk to Archibald. Okay, well, I wonder if he was using defense because Zach went all crazy and stuff and felt like he needed to defend because of PTSD. I wonder if it was an accident. Yeah, what else has gone down? Jeez.
Oh,
She looks like a bitch in there too. He's probably jealous. Aww. I fucking knew it. Liar! Well.
I should not be so...
Interesting.
Detective Poirot, I have been asked to inform you that Lady Vandenborg,
Merci.
they may not be the exact words she used.
Huh. She said everyone can fuck off. Cassandra's bedroom. Let me see what she... What's up, girl?
Detective Poirot.
I have some...
Well,
I assure you,
good.
I can understand.
You...
If I was not...
I hope you are not such...
I am suggesting that if I had the support that every...
If you... We met before Angeline was born, so you...
And where was it you...
I was attending an event. Felix was also in attendance as a serving officer. A conversation was struck.
So, it was not...
I did not require my husband to start conversations on my behalf.
It was you.
Wow.
My detective. That acting. Edwin spent much of his time away on business before Angeline was born.
You were alone.
The staff continued their duties, of course, but trying to get any sort of sophisticated or cultured conversation from them was like drawing blood from a stone.
And when Angeline...
Edwin remained at home.
And the Major?
He had his own business and life to tend to, but we remained in touch via letter. Around the time of Edwin's passing, Felix had relocated to the area.
Coincidence?
I'm sure he has hundreds of
I refer to the letter.
romantic nature. Please, detect.
He made his intentions quite clear in the letter. I think that it...
Interesting. If you want to be here alone, make sure you lock the door. Telescope. More snow. Is this storage? Storeroom? Thank goodness this is way better than their other house, or other mansion, quotation marks.
Oh,
Angela. She hasn't played with it in a long time.
huh. Ah,
Happy birthday. The real lady of the house. What the heck is even happening? Okay.
The pieces.
Catch your ass. You are caught red-handed, mother trucker.
Is this? He may have stayed in my home, but Felix was a grown man, detective. What he kept, hidden or otherwise, has nothing to...
But it does not surprise.
We have been friends, and he has been there for Angeline for many years, but you find it strange that he keeps a reminder of us.
What I do find strange is that
If
I think that is all.
Huh. We'll see. We will see about that. There's so many back and forth, like, conflicting opinions. Well, time to go see Angeline.
Detective Poirot,
I am, mademoiselle.
so
Oui, but it will not be.
you're...
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry, detective.
No apology is required.
Let's
Oh
see.
my,
Every guest has a motive. You confirmed that with the mention of Mademoiselle Conrad and the Major's fight. Supplying one another with a rock-solid alibi would surely throw off any detective.
but not you. I haven't seen that book in so long. Yes, it was a gift for my 10th birthday.
That's
I
weird.
have read it from cover to cover countless times.
It sounds as though there is a side to the Major I did not...
Not come. There were. I'm afraid they may have gathered some dust being in the storage room for so long. I kept them in hope of giving them to my child.
It sounds as though he had always...
That's right.
It seems as though she has a number of support networks.
I wonder if he's been in love with her since she was a kid, which is really weird to think about. But I wonder if he was waiting to get married to her.
But once you break the heart,
That's why he, like, left and came back.
Oh,
Forgive me, mademoiselle.
it's quite alright. You are not the only one that feels a razor tongue. She's grateful you are here, especially now, whether she shows it. They have often come to blows when it concerns Maman. They are both trying to protect her.
She spoke of his desire to join.
This isn't the first time she has vocalized that concern. She thinks the Major was just using our family name to make his way to the top.
And you do not agree?
I will not deny he has shown interest in Maman's social circles, but they have been friends since even before I was born. Surely all those years of friendship was not just to raise his social standing.
Uh-huh. He wanted some on the
What
side.
do you mean, detective?
I imagine a house of this size is rather costly, keeping it in the...
Maman looks after the financial side of the house, but I think she has had to ask him more than once for a contribution of sorts. It is not for me to get involved.
She had to sell her own shit.
I shall not keep you...
Alright, Madame Lelouch. And what secret is that anyways?
is this? Who I allow in my house is none of your business. I do not have to explain it.
I did not think you were one.
I would not expect you to think much of anything. There is no need to talk on it any further, but I'm sure you will remember that, financially speaking, we have had our issues. Need I repeat myself, detective? Men and women can remain... How many times do I have to...
Madame, you continue...
And you continue to get on my last nerve.
But when it...
If only you were this...
Madame,
Very well. I did not lie about how we met. It had been some time since I had... He was a warm reminder of home, and I enjoyed... I shall go no further with the details, but I will say, I had no intention of being unfaithful to my husband. It was never our plan to go that far. once I found out I was pregnant, I knew it had to stop.
Is he Angeline's
Will my
father?
family
Is
ever
that
accept
why?
Mademoiselle's birth?
In his mind, he had no reason to, and he shouldn't have had to. It was my mistake to bear. If he knew the truth, our lives would have been ruined. I told Felix that he was to stay away, but he had no intention to. He became an uncle figure to Angeline.
That's her dad.
After Edwin's death.
Oh my
I
gosh.
could not tell her the truth.
That's why he was on her side. That's literally the baby mama.
The secret remained only between him and I. Until
What a plot
What were the
twist.
major thoughts, Sandra?
he wanted to tell her everything. He wanted her to know exactly who he was. But I told him no. It would not have been the poignant reconciliation that he expected. She would not understand. It must be.
And
Felix promised me he wouldn't tell a soul, and I've been...
you did not think anyone...
If he... I tried to retrieve them from the safe after everyone had retired last night. But when I opened the safe, they were nowhere to be found. I assumed he must have hidden them somewhere else.
When I entered the study this morning, they were as visible as a red notice on a police station wall.
I would appreciate if you did not
Appreciate.
to the face of a wanted felon.
Pardon,
But that does mean someone else in the house has seen them.
a mystery that is still yet... I think that it...
Oh my goodness. Yes, objective complete. This is crazy. We're just about basically done, really.
Detective Poirot,
Monsieur Sterling,
you'll be...
one has never finished.
It might help to vocalize your thinking.
Monsieur,
Right away, detective.
I shall reveal all once everyone is together.